Minasan, okaree nasai. Today I've got part 1 of a fun new video idea I've been toying around with. I'm going to talk about the Seiyuu idol units not associated with an anime counterpart group. Or if they are tied to an anime, it was for a very short time or just not a big enough group for a solo video. So as an example, Aqua will not be featured in this video because those Seiyuu are portraying the animated characters in live action, and they are kind of a big deal. I hope that's simple and easy to understand. I will also be going over each group as I would with any other idol groups, talking about each year their songs came out, any song concerts, and whatever applies to the group. Some of these will be very short, and others a little bit longer. Alright, let's talk about the first group. Iris actually has 2 different shows where the Seiyuu are featured as leads, those being Prepara and Kirato Prichan, but they are not portraying those characters when they are Iris. I'm also just going to briefly go over them since I will have a full video dedicated to them. They originally had 6 members: Saki Yamakita, Miyu Kubota, Yu Serizawa, Himika Akanaya, Yuki Wakai, and Azuki Shibuya. Azuki has since left the group to pursue other work. The girls have released over 20 original songs with about 4 albums since their debut back in 2012. They've sang openings and endings for a few shows, some of those being Magical Senpai, Kakegururi, Twin Star Exorcist, and Prepara. They also did a cover of We Are from One Piece. If you are a fan of Love Live, you will recognize Miyutan from Ijigasaki within this group. Also, Yu Serizawa is just a well-known Seiyuu in general, so you may recognize her face or voice. Let's follow them up with a 4-girl, 1-boy idol unit. D Selections, featuring Yuki Wakai and Azuki Shibuya from Iris, as well as Mayu Yoshioka and Yoshino Aoyama from Wake Up Girls. And the lovely gentleman of the group is Tatsuyuki Kobayashi. They aren't very active, unfortunately, but they were founded in 2016 with their single Blood Red, the opening of the Mecha Harem show 100. Then 2017, their song Lay on the Line was the ending for the first season of Kakegururi. Finally, 2019, the ending of the second season of Kakegururi, Alegria. You can find music videos for all 3 of these songs here on YouTube. And yeah, that's it for them, so let's move on to the next one, a group with quite a bit of music to go over. YuiKaori, a duo who sadly doesn't work together anymore. Well, not as this group at least. The members of the group are Yui Ogura and Kaori Ishihara. Big surprise, right? Never would have guessed that from the group name. They were formed in 2009, making Yui 14 at the time, and Kaori was 16. In 2010, they released their first single, Our Steady Boy, the ending for Kiss Sis, then a double single, Futari/Vivid Party, Futari also being an ending for Kiss Sis. Their final song for this year was Heartbeat ga Toma Ranai. They also did some photo shoots, I guess, if that's what you can call it. I'm only going to show it for a few seconds because Yui is like 15 at this time, so I don't know, it's kind of weird. But hey, that's Japan for you, always publishing this kind of stuff. 2011, their only single was Shooting Smile, which apparently was the opening for the game Toy Wars. But since that is such a generic name, I couldn't find much more information about it. They had their first full album release as well, titled Puppy. This was also the year they joined the 4-girl Seiyuu group known as StylipS, along with Arisa Noto and Maho Matsunaga. I won't be talking about the music with this group though, since this group will have its own section. So on to 2012, Kimi no Yao, the opening for the PS3 game, Atoteki Yugi Mugen Souls, and they also had a single titled Yuika. This year they seem to be much more focused on StylipS stuff. 2013, they would actually leave StylipS to focus on their schoolwork and becoming Seiyuu. 2 new cuties took over after they left, but we will be talking about those 2 in a few minutes. This year they also sang the song Shiny Blue, the opening for the PS Vita game Sorcery Saga Curse of the Great Curry God. Then their second album, Bunny. 2014, nice and quick, 2 new singles, those being Lucky Ducky and Intro Situation. And in 2015 is very similar, 2 more new songs, Neo Signa Life and Ring Ring Rainbow. That last one being the opening for Castletown Dandelion. They both even had roles in the main cast, though the main cast is like 9 people. Then their final full album, Bright Canary. 2016, their final single, Promise You, was released in the second ending of Cardfight Vanguard G Stride Gate. In 2017, they sang the first ending theme of Akiba's Trip the Animation, titled Be Ambitious, the letter B, not the word. They also had a compilation album release, YNK, which had basically every song that was ever released. All those singles plus the coupling songs and any songs. This was basically their farewell CD, as this was the year that they disbanded, both of them focusing on Seiyuu work and solo music. These 2 have also appeared at Anisama every year from 2012 through 2016, with that last year having them sing a cover of the Lucky Star opening with Petite Milady. But this year, actually the day I'm recording this, they actually did a duet with the 2 girls who took over their role in StylipS. Really excited to see that whenever I can get my hands on it. Finally, I just want to mention that I only covered the YuiKaori stuff with them as a duo. They have both done so much more even just within the anime shows that I mentioned. Yui even sang some of the ending themes alone, but I will talk about that in great detail in the YuiKaori video I make, whenever I make it. So expect the same with the other groups. Now we have Pyxis, forming in 2015, consisting of Miku Ito and Moe Toyota. These were the two little cuties who took over in StylipS after Yui and Kaori stepped down. After 2 years of being with StylipS, they formed a new subunit within the group, named Pyxis. In 2016, they had their first live, Pyxis Party 2016, Happy Valentine's Day. The live took place in February, if that wasn't already obvious, also having their first full album, First Love Warning. Their song Tokimeki Sensation was one of the ending themes for the TV variety show Anime Shite, which had new Seiyuu hosts every 2 weeks. Though their ending was in April, Miku was actually a guest in October. This year, StylipS would actually disband, but Pyxis continued on as its own group. 2017, 2 singles, Flawless, the third opening for Duel Masters vs. Revolution Final, and the song Daisuki Janai, and their second album, Pop-Up Dream. These two were also at Anisama together this year. I have in my script that this is the only time that they've been there as Pyxis, which I guess is technically still true. The one that happened today was them as StylipS. Aside from this, their first photo book, Harmony, came out. 2018 was their song Lonely Alice, and it was the ending theme for the show Alice or Alice. 2019, another anime opening, their song Koi Seiyuu Mina Hai. There's a comma in between Mina and Hai, so I'm assuming you have to scream Hai, but I don't want to do that, it's kind of late. This was for the show Nobunaga Sensei's Young Bride. I remember watching this show when it came out and thinking this opening was so much fun. About a year later, I really got into Seiyuu and found out these two sang it. Needless to say, I was really thrilled. Moishi even had a role in this show too. And they had another photo book come out called Pop and Cute. And yeah, water. I need it. So that was 2019, now we're in 2022. They haven't really released anything aside from a best of album in 2021. As far as I know, they are still active as a group, but they are probably much more focused on their Seiyuu work right now. And that is the ending of their section. I guess it's time for StylipS now. StylipS is a 4-lady group, originally consisting of Arisa Noto, Maho Matsunaga, Yui Ogura, and Kaori Ishihara. It is a subunit of the group Happy Style, and that group has way too many girls. And I mean, like, too many girls isn't necessarily a bad thing, but 14 members? No wonder they had the subunit StylipS, which in itself has a subunit. But anyway, the group of 4 was formed in 2011 for the main reason of singing the ending theme for High School DD, which came out in 2012, their song Study Study, which is actually a banger. Also, the animation in the ending, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend. Aside from this, they had the song Miracle Rush, the opening for Saki Achikahen episode of Side A, and Choose Me, Darling, the opening for Nakaimo, My Little Sister is Among Them. 2013, their single Prism Sympathy was released, and it was the ending for the Ilia Fate spin-off. I call it this because I don't want to attempt pronouncing the actual title. Also, this was the year Yui and Kaori left the group to pursue their duo career, also school and Seiyuu work. They had 2 albums. First, Step 1, then a best of album titled The Lightning Celebration. I don't know why they had a best of so soon. It was honestly only like their second year, but I digress. 2014, their track Noah Revolution was the ending theme for the anime movie Doniyatsu. I really like this cover art, by the way, like a lot. They also had a double single release, Junsina Fujinbutsu, and the other one being Spica. These were the opening and ending theme for the comic artist and his assistants. Then another full album release, their final one in fact, The Supernova Strikes. 2015, more songs, big shocker, Mayo Mayo Compass wa Iranai, the second ending theme for Gundam Build Fighter Try. And finally, Give Me Secret, their 8th and final single. This was the ending theme for High School DD Newborn. They had one more anime song though, Dramatic Cycle, the opening for Saki Biyori the animation. This was only a 1-episode series though. In 2016, Maho would leave the group and actually stop being a Seiyuu overall, making StylipS a 3-girl unit. But unfortunately, it seems they decided that that was the ending for the group as a whole. Big F in the chat. But of course, as I just talked about, Miku and Moishi would continue on as Pyxis. So it's not all sad. StylipS had some really fun music though. I'ma miss them. For the final group of this video, it's also going to be kind of short, but that's because of how new they are. Harmoe is a 2-lady group featuring 2 of my favorite people ever to exist, Haruki Iwata and Moika Koizumi. Their name is a combination of the beginning parts of their first names. They were technically formed in 2020 but debuted in 2021. Their group is very fairy tale themed, most of those also being Disney movies. In 2021, their first 3 singles came out, Kimaguri Tic Tac being Alice in Wonderland themed, with its coupling song Wonder Girl being one of my favorites of theirs. The next song is My Pace Ni Mermaid, inspired by The Little Mermaid. And finally, Arabian Utopian, my other favorite song of theirs. This is also Aladdin themed. 2022, their first album, It's a Small World, came out. Like the Disney ride, I get it. This had their new song Happy Candy March, inspired by Hansel and Gretel. It also has their song Sepia Rainbow, which doesn't seem to have any fairy tale aspects. The video seems to be more of a celebration of their music so far. They have music videos, by the way, for every song I've mentioned, all very easily accessible on their YouTube page. On their channel, you will find other videos of songs I haven't mentioned with other Disney and fairy tale themes, along with live versions of some of the concerts they've had. Their fourth single, Futari Pinocchio, will be released very, very soon on September 7th. I'm sure you can figure out what the theme for that one is. The music video is actually already out, so go check it out. It's really fun. And actually, just to make their part a tiny bit longer, and just in case people are not aware, these two have been working together for many years now. They are both part of Starlight Kukugumi within the Revue Starlight franchise. Also both in D4DJ, but in different groups. Photon Maiden for Haruki, and Piki Piki for Moeka. Moepi is also in Love Live, while Haru-chan is in Assault Lily. And well, that's it for them for now, but they are definitely not going anywhere anytime soon. They're getting more and more popular each day, and a lot of people are really digging their music. I really hope in the future they can do an anime opening, then many more, so I can make a whole video dedicated to them. So, that's it for this one. I'm sure you're going to mention other groups below, but this is just part 1. So part 2 will come out in like a month or so, just so I can space these out a little bit. And I can almost guarantee that I will have all the groups you're thinking about that I didn't already mention. I actually have so many groups to talk about that I'll probably even have a part 3 at some point. I will have many links down below for music videos. Keep in mind, some of those might not be from official sources, so they might get deleted over time. Also, the quality will vary, but you can most likely just find music videos here or on that certain Chinese video site. So if you hear a song you like, or just have any interest in anything I've talked about, I definitely recommend going out of your way to find a music video, or just use your usual music app to find them. Also remember, not every song has a video, so there is a chance your favorite might not have one. One final thing is that I didn't mention every single song from each group, or we'd be here forever. But if you enjoyed the songs I mentioned, then again, use your usual music app, and I'm sure it'll have all the music they have released. And with that, we've reached the ending. Thank you so much for watching. The next few videos will be an assortment of Bandori girls, but after that will be a D4DJ group. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you'll join me in the next one.